Hello friends! In this footage published by the 28th Mechanized Brigade, we see the efforts made by the Frontline troops to reinforce the defensive lines as quickly as possible, making them more and more difficult to assault every day. In this case, we see how the brigade uses a Soviet-era PT-M3 engineering vehicle modified and turned into a high-speed barbed wire dispenser. Thanks to this innovation, extensive barbed wire barriers can be quickly deployed with very few personnel, a crucial advantage given the current shortage of soldiers. We might think that barbed wire lines, so fashionable during World War I, would be a thing of the past, but they have proven to be very useful for stopping the advance of infantry, especially when combined with deep trenches, since the time it takes to cross them gives the mosquitoes a chance to come down and say hello. On May 2nd, the Alpha Detachment of the Ukrainian Security Service once again presented a summary of their work over the past week, dealing with the multiple incursions by the invaders' infantry who keep trying to cross no man's land toward the defenders' positions, hoping to take them. But all they find are increasingly dense and aggressive swarms of combat drones, which have no qualms about sending them back home by airmail or wrapped in an elegant black plastic suit.
Los operadores de
A masterclass, but Ivan still doesn't understand the lesson. Speaking of the Alpha Group, they presented a recruitment video in which they say, "Surely you've heard of the Alpha Group of the SBU. Our operations are bold, our solutions are technological, and the results are really changing the course of the war. Today we are expanding and inviting civilian specialists to join us. We are not looking for perfect people, we are looking for our own, those who take action and show initiative. That is what defines Alpha. We will provide top training, preparation, equipment, dependable comrades, and humane commanders. All we need from you is character. From us, you will have everything else. Become one of us." This is the new profile of the Ukrainian units, knowledge-intensive, more like a band of brothers and comrades who value character, willingness to learn, and the commitment of their new members. Notably, there's an emphasis on commanders who genuinely care about their men's lives and well-being. This is a clear shift from the post-Soviet doctrine that plagued the Ukrainian armed forces at the start of the War of Independence. On the aerial front, the Ukrainian Western Air Command has publicly unveiled a new short-range air defense system called STASH, which until now had not appeared on our radar, which successfully intercepts a Shahed-type attack drone used by the Horde during the large-scale air attack launched by Putler on May 1st, where Russian forces launched more than 400 drones of this type against Ukrainian territory. In the footage, the STASH system is shown mounted on a trailer, tracking and launching an AGM-114L longbow Hellfire missile, which precisely hit and destroyed Ivan's Vulture drone. The system integrates US-made Hellfire missiles with what appears to be an Israeli-made Rada radar for rapid three-dimensional target acquisition and fire control. The footage shows that STASH represents a mobile and pragmatic adaptation, optimized for low-altitude threats such as Shahed drones, helicopters, and cruise missiles. Its TOBL configuration prioritizes mobility, rapid deployment, and footprint reduction to make it less detectable. The STASH system appears to be the result of a reverse engineering process of the American V2X Tempest platform, which is a mobile light air defense solution introduced in late 2025 and also uses Hellfire missiles. This approach allows Ukraine to repurpose the anti-tank missiles sent by its allies for air defense roles, which are now a higher priority, considering that the Horde has almost no tanks left. On the oil sanctions front, during the early hours of May 3rd, the Ukrainian Strategic Unmanned Attack Forces successfully carried out a raid with more than 60 long-range drones against the Primorsk oil export terminal and the combat vessels assigned to protect it. Primorsk in Leningrad Oblast is over 1,000 kilometers from the front. President Zelensky himself confirmed that the operation caused significant damage to the port infrastructure, as well as direct hits on a corvette, a Karakurt-class missile corvette carrying 8 caliber cruise missiles, plus a patrol boat and at least one tanker ship from the so-called Russian Shadow Fleet used to evade Western sanctions on oil exports. Primorsk is the largest oil export terminal in Russia on the Baltic Sea, and it is a vital component of the Baltic pipeline system, with a transfer capacity of nearly 1 million barrels per day. The neutralization of a Karakurt-class corvette, equipped with Kaliber missiles, is particularly significant. These versatile missile-launching ships provide Russia with mobile long-range strike options and coastal defense capabilities. Its disabling further limits Russian naval firepower in the Baltic theater of operations. This operation coincides with parallel actions by the defenders, including a naval drone attack against 2 tanker ships in the shadows near the port of Novorossiysk in the Black Sea, apparently with the aim of strangling the horde's oil export capacity from both ends of the country. Back at the front, the 3rd Alas Battalion of the 411th Hogs Unmanned Systems Brigade released a summary of their work over the past few weeks, and they've certainly been busy. In their sector of the front, the offensives of the invading horde are focused almost exclusively on infantry advancing one by one or in pairs, aiming to go unnoticed and allow some to reach a forward position where they can dig in and wait for reinforcements. They also constantly try to send motorcycle riders and civilian vehicles attempting to repeat the same tactic, hoping that by moving faster they can avoid the action of the Hawk swarm. It posted, I remember not long ago, the invaders sent columns of tanks and armored vehicles to exactly the same places. But even so, the Russophiles still believe their masters are advancing. Anyway, the other thing that also stands out is that you no longer see self-propelled artillery pieces, only towed artillery, which can fire but can't change position very quickly, making them easy targets for the defenders' loitering munitions. In their growing frustration, the invaders attacked the city of Dnipro during the day. Of the battalion. Recognizing their masters are advancing. If you want more content about the war in Ukraine, visit our 2 new channels where we present information about the war in a different format. Be sure to check them out. Remember to visit our Patreon, where for just $1 you'll have access to a large number of uncensored videos and documentaries. Lastly, visit our store, where you can find items inspired by some of Ukraine's most outstanding units. Carry history with you, and with every purchase you'll be supporting the United 24 program, which directly supports reconstruction programs, civilian aid, and defense. Please like and subscribe to the channel.